On the 29th of May 1985, Liverpool was set to play Juventus in Hazel Stadium for a European Cup final. An hour before kickoff, the two sets of supporters clashed. 39 people died, 600 injured, 34 arrests, and English football clubs were banned from European competitions by UEFA for a period of time. Aside from a minority of people who got tickets for free, needed something to do on a Wednesday night, most were hardcore fans of these two football clubs. A lot of them live different lives, have different interests, but we can classify them more or less into Liverpool supporters and Juventus supporters. My hypothesis goes, tribalism is one of the causes that halts fashion from progressing towards a more inclusive and positive community. I believe that if we can erase or negate the negative aspect of tribalism within the fashion world, the whole community will become more open, more diverse, and most importantly, more positive. Fashion can be very toxic at times. I will be using my personal experience and what I see. Gonna be a bit of generalization and oversimplification, so don't get lost in the sauce. Bigger pictures, no nitty gritty. I will provide you with examples, laid out some argument for and against tribalism, more or less an opinion of mine, meaning you can disagree with me. Let's start an open yet positive dialogue. If you're gonna make a grand statement, please back it up. For example, you can't just say fast fashion is bad. Tell me why. Provide examples. According to populismstudies.org, tribalism is a loyalty or preference towards one's own people as well as culture. It can apply to politics and sports, and I will argue fashion as well. Cultural tribalism refers to the subdivision of society in groups who come together by a shared or specific type of thinking or behavior. Within the fashion community, there are a lot of tribes: Regowans people, Below Core, Japanese people core, CCP cult, Hypebeast, Sneakerhead, Kawaii, Balenciaga tribe, stealth wealth, grunge, minimalist. Belonging to a tribe can be a good thing. We know that everyone in this tribe shares something in common, so we feel safe, we feel like we belong. For example, I wear the Kiss boots often. For people in the Rickovan community, it's another
It's
Tuesday, but for
Tuesday,
when
isn't
we
it?
go out to when we go out into the real world, we often get looks of judgment, curiosity, sometimes joy. People who are not into fashion will question why a man is wearing heels. For some people, this stops them from acquiring said kiss boot because they fear the judgment that will come with wearing the boots. There are more people outside of any tribe than people in said tribe, so the fear is justifiable. If you're not too confident and you haven't developed a thick enough skin to feel comfortable in who you are, this can be a problem. This is why I love fecal matter. They are themselves at all times, despite what society says about them. Go through the comments. There's so much hate comments in there, but they persist, they stay who they are, and I love them for that. Tribalism, when used correctly, can be a great tool. I was in Munich when Manchester played Bayern Munich, and I was in this train. I was stuck in a corner full of United fans, and they were talking about how the Glazers need to be ousted and why Ten Hag may not be the right choice for manager. They were white men in their 50s, 70s, have kids, businesses. I am this Asian kid from the US who is simply visiting his wife. We share nothing but our love for Man United, and we got along so well. We talked the entire ride until we had to disembark. Tribalism can also be bad. A person in one tribe that doesn't venture out will hear and see the same things all the time. Think the example of a frog in a small pond that can't imagine anything bigger than this small little pond. There's a saying or belief that most people are racist because they never travel, never experience new culture, see different people. There's a legend named Daryl Davis. He's an African American man who has convinced a lot of KKK members to leave the racist cult by befriending them. Here is an excerpt from an interview which I will link in the description below. This is what Daryl has to say. Initially, they feel that if you're not white, you are inferior. They believe that black people have smaller brains, were incapable of higher achievement. I'll give you an example of one. This guy was an exalted cyclops, it's just a rank within the KKK clan, sitting in my car in my passenger seat. He made the statement which I heard before. Well, we all know that all black people have within them genes that make them violent. I turned to him and I'm driving. I said, wait a minute. I'm as black as anybody you've ever seen. I have never done a carjacking or a drive-by. How do you explain that? He didn't even pause to think about it. He said, your gene is latent. It hasn't come out yet. So how do you argue with someone who is so far out in left field? I was dumbfounded. I'm just driving along. He's sitting over here all smug and secure like, see, you have no response. And I thought about it for a minute. Then I used his point of reference. I said, well, we all know that all white people have a gene within them that make them serial killer. He says, what do you mean? And I said, well, name me 3 black serial killers. He thought about it. He could not do it. I said, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson, John Wayne Gacy, all whites. I said, son, you are a serial killer. He said, Daryl, I've never killed anybody. I said, Eugene is late and hasn't come out yet. He goes, well, that's stupid. I said, well, duh, yes. But you know what? You're right. What I said was stupid, but no more stupid than what you said to me. Then he got very, very quiet and changed the subject. 5 months later, based on that conversation, he left the clan. His robe was the first robe I ever got. Though I mainly wear Rick, I do venture out to Bodhi, Chanel, Margiela, Raf, Prada, a little bit of here and there for me. There are hardcore Rick Owens fans who is so insulated into the Rick Owens world that they have a negative opinion about every other brand or aesthetic because they don't venture out. They don't try to mix and match. They stay in the small pond. They stay in the tribe, and their belief is reinforced by seeing people only talking about Rick, wearing Rick, sucking Rick off. You're not going to see a lot of kiss boot with Bodhi senior quit jacket. We're going to take a slight detour because I'm interested in politics, and it's easier to see tribalism in politics. An example, a tribe of Republican and a tribe of Democrats. In today's politics, not a lot get done because members of each tribe forego critical thinking and logic. They simply vote with what their parties stand for or vote against what the other tribes stand for simply because it's an us against them mentality, even if they agree with the other tribe on that problem or law that they're trying to pass. You also get people who gatekeep because they fear their community being infiltrated by people they don't deem worthy to be in the community. Think someone who is into a niche singer and gatekeep the names so they don't become mainstream. I think that's a stupid way to think. If I'm into an artist, I want them to succeed. I want people to learn more about Rick, be into Rick, make Rick Owens more money, see more Rick on more people when I go out. I don't fear the bad crowd being into Rick. In a tribe big enough, there are always a few people who are just douchebag or hater. You can't prevent that. No community is perfect. No community is without a dick. Now let's talk about what I had gone through with CCP. Not too knowledgeable with the brand, a few friends who are into them said, hey Makasy, join this Discord and ask your question, they will help you. I will use the other clip to tell you my experience. If you've seen that video already, please check the timestamp and skip to the next segment. So the Discord, my experience. So a lot of good people there willing to help answer questions I had, but with any big online community, I would say with any online community, there's always gonna be a few people who are there to be rude, which I anticipated. I thought it was the right thing to seek out information from people who own the product and love the brand, but apparently, and I quote, you ask too much. Shut up, praying emoji. Don't ask silly questions when you can't even determine if your boots are horse or kangaroo. It's also especially ironic how you make long-form video reviews on boots when you can't do something as simple as that. Genuinely embarrassing. To end it on a note, you are just making a script of regurgitated information without actually putting a single thought into it. Literal digital pollution. Stop making shitty videos. Anyway, the guy that wrote all that, he might be the owner of Discord or one of the more important people in the Discord because he's the person who wrote the rules and stuff for the Discord. So I am getting butt fucked by the owner of the Discord I joined. If he is the owner or one of the more important people in the Discord and not just a random angry member, I would like to change my opinion about joining said Discord. Don't join the Discord. Don't follow their Instagram. There are other Discords you can follow. I found the situation to be quite funny because I just woke up. It was 8 a.m. I posted on my Instagram and I quote. I just wanted information, right? And I quote. Again, I only say this if he is the owner or one of the supervisor. I'm still new to Discord. I don't know how to navigate the app yet with all the lingos in it, but he might be the person who also wrote this piece right here. So let's read that together. A statement of clarity. As we continue our attempt to help demystify the work of Carol Christian Coel, we feel it's important to clarify our motives. Our goal is to offer an open-ended exploration of the work of Carol Christian Coel and put the rule that he wrote on the Discord as well. So, again, this is only if he is the owner of the server and the guy who wrote all of that, blah, 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 blah. If he's just a random member who's just constantly angry and just likes to be one of those guys just like, well, you're wrong. Actually, this is the right information. Then yes, join the Discord, but just be ready to deal with a few rude members. What I want to end this segment with, though, a few people, a majority of the people, they were very nice to me, helped me learn a lot about the boots, which I greatly appreciate, by the way, especially Cam and MH and a few other people. I left the Discord right after, so I don't know if it's still roasting me in there. I'm not too sure. So I would like to end this segment by saying I don't believe it's true that all CCP consumer or enthusiasts are asshole. A few bad eggs should not make you think that the whole group is bad. There are terrible people in the Rick community as well. There are assholes everywhere. Hopefully, by watching my video, which are mainly about Rick Owens, you can see that there are nice people in the Rick Owens community. People like me who are down to earth, who are respectful, who are graceful in their response to questions and sharing said information, and not just be dickheads. Just look at the CCP. It's a great brand. Again, don't let a few eggs ruin the reputation of a whole community. Okay, hi, sorry for the interruption. I decided to post a snippet of this entire review to Instagram. I thought it was humorous that I asked a few simple questions and then a few people in the Discord got angry at me. I figured here, have a laugh in my attempt to learn more about a brand that is notorious for having gatekeeping attitude and then people getting mad at me for asking questions. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't anticipate a slight backlash. I knew this video would get back to the Discord. If you're not familiar with me though, I am very purposeful with my actions and my words. I cover all my bases. I'm prepared for all possible outcomes thanks to my anxiety. So you saw the last 5 minutes. Watch it again if you have to so you can see the words and the phrases that I use. I've chosen them carefully. Now let's look at my caption and stories on Instagram after the whole debacle that the little snippet got onto Instagram. Here is what I wrote as my caption. Here is the end of the video. A couple hours after I posted the video, someone in the Discord found it. The cavalry came and started commenting on the post. Let's read some of them. Murty Pie said that server is so mean. I couldn't learn more about the brand without being bullied for being size. To interpretation. I thought he was on my side, so I said this, but then I realized a lot of the likes were coming from the people who were obviously from the Discord, so maybe it was a fat joke. Up to interpretation, this one. Let me know what you think. The next one, Ace the Base. They hate us plus side posters. Power to the body, positive fashion people. Fat lives matter. I know for sure this one's making fun of my weight. Thank you for the motivation. I put down the Doritos. Thank you very much.
Next one, lemon is all right. Shut up. Just straight up shut up. Next one, Figo, verified, well connected, or famous person, I presume. So here's the information I regurgitated from X Discord. Also, don't join X Discord, is bad. Palm to the face emoji, clown emoji. Presumably, he's the palm to the face emoji. I'm the clown. I could break this down right now, but the next one will cover this one too. Neuter, I think this person here might be the owner of the server. A lot of followers. Here has the POL info in their bio. Let's say one of the more important people in the server. They said, first of all, you are crying over someone with a mustache potato rabbit telling you to use Google. Second of all, did your family forget to tell you to be embarrassed when you bring absolutely nothing to the table? Mine didn't, but I surely figured that out on my own. LOL. Thirdly, all you did in that video is talk out of your ass about regurgitated nonsense, courtesy of my server, which you don't even understand. Lastly, this may seem like a personal jab, but please find another hobby. This looks like an unhealthy obsession over clothes. I'm not sure whether to laugh or feel pity for you. I took a few deep breaths, gathered my thought, and here's what I wrote. First, is it really that hard for some of you to watch a 5-minute video? Because most of them clearly didn't. I say that because they thought it was the whole video, nothing else. Despite my effort and the actual video to say this is a snippet of the longer video, and even my caption and even the end of the video, most of them didn't watch it. I understand. You're 5 minutes. It's a really, really long time in today's space. Second point, I reiterated the fact that it's a snippet, part of a longer video. Third, didn't really cry. The day I let strange internet make me cry. You can't of mice and men's me, and I will say thank you from the great beyond. Fourth, with regard to the leather, the seller I bought it from says it's kangaroo. I will let's talk about it now because I'm sure the Discord people are watching and they're not gonna watch the whole video. I am a novice when it comes to CCP, but not leather. I've owned horse leather. I know what horse is supposed to feel like. I would like to think that I'm fairly knowledgeable when it comes to leather. Maybe not as great as those artisanal people in the Discord, but I know my stuff here and there. Fifth, the regurgitated comment. I broke that down already. Six, I told him to genuinely feel sorry and pitiful about my obsession with Bodhi. My family is not eating well because I keep buying Bodhi jacket. It's a genuine problem. Then again, he owns a Discord dedicated to talking about clothes, specifically about one designer. Should I feel sorry for his obsession by his logic? Let me know in the comments. If you are a friend of mine, though, do not leave me in comments or message someone on Instagram or Discord. I'm not affected by it. Generally a bit indifferent towards it. None of that may sound a bit counterintuitive because I just spent a decent amount of time breaking down the argument. To that I say though, just because it doesn't affect me emotionally doesn't mean it doesn't bother me logically. Because I cover my bases and I chose my word very carefully. A lot of them didn't catch the part where I said the majority of the people in there were super helpful. Only a few rude comments. I put some more time and thought into it. Why are these people coming at me? So I realized it's tribalism. It's a community over here. So whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't matter to the majority of them. They see me attacking the server, a place where they commune daily for months or years, so they all came at me, which is understandable. I also said in the second earlier that a lot of them were nice. I praise the server for the most part, but just like when we post a fit pic online, 10 comments, and I will lovely once every just for shit, our brains, it will fixate on that one negative comment. Call me fat, call me dumb, a hypocrite, making fun of me for making a video, and then the rest of the tribe came and liked the peers comment. It is their opinion to have. I can't control that. However, I can control whether these comments get in my head. Again, I say, of mice and men's me, if I let stranger control my emotion. I have too much blessing in my life to let stranger from the internet dictate my emotion. I don't feel angry. I don't feel sad. Fairly indifferent towards the whole situation. I found it to be quite amusing. But then again, some of them will say, well, if it doesn't affect you, why are you talking about so much defending yourself? Blah, 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 blah. If I don't defend myself, then I'm like, oh my god, he doesn't have a comeback for the criticism we threw at him. There's no winning an argument with someone who already has a preconceived dislike or hatred towards you. You can't please everyone. And for God's sake, most of the people didn't hear me say that there are good people in the CCP community or the server that I joined. A few bad eggs do not support the whole basket. If someone already has a bad opinion on you, it's hard to change their mind. I don't intend for this second to get an apology from them. I'm a 5-second anecdote in their busy, busy lives. We all got our own problem. Sorry about that. Back to the regular program.
The first guy who was rude to me in Discord, he might have had a bad day. We're not going to talk about that. We're mainly going to focus on the people who attack me on Instagram because of my snippet of video. I often try to look at a situation from an alien point of view, be as objective as possible. So with that situation, I see a monkey named Makasy from a tribe walking into this tribe, the CCP tribe, to learn something. This then went on to share his negative experience to the world. Of course, the monkeys from the second tribe will come and attack the monkey who is attacking his, her, their tribe, even if they don't fully understand the situation. All they know is, my tribe is under attack. We have to defend. This is why I was never angry or had too much emotions invested into the situation, because I can understand why they did what they did. This is when tribalism is bad. We let go of logic and common sense because of loyalty, because of our blind commitment to a particular group or to a particular tribe. When the CCP tribe attacked me in the comment of my video, we can safely assume that some of them didn't watch the video fully, they didn't understand the whole situation, but nonetheless, they attacked me because they see me attacking their tribe. Once again, 60 to 70% of the people in Discord were very nice. The point is, this experience could have left such a bad taste in my mouth that I don't engage in any conversation about CCP, never buy CCP again. However, I like the boots, I like the brand, I'm going to keep on buying CCP. I'm going to keep on talking about it because I enjoy it. If someone who isn't as confident as me, who isn't as thick-skinned as me, who holds in anger more than me were to go through that little situation I went through, I can totally see them use this one negative experience and never touch CCP again. Maybe that's what the minority of people in the CCP want to happen. They don't want more people engaging with the brand they love. Well, I now love CCP and I would like the opposite. I think CCP make great products. I want more people into them. And I like to believe that the majority of the people into CCP want the same thing. A few of them did actually say, hey man, ignore the negative comment. If you want to learn more, please hit me up. That tribalistic thinking from a few people halts fashion from progressing toward a more positive and inclusive community. And I don't like that. I want all of us to be more positive, more inclusive, more open-minded, and more friendly to one another. My name is Makasy. Let me know in the comment if you have experienced something similar, if you disagree with me, if you agree, any in-between opinion, leave it in the comment. I will not read them. See you next week.